Okay, example 1, we're going to evaluate this trig function. It says let 7, negative 4 be a point on the terminal side of theta. Find sine, cosine, and tangent of theta. Well, first thing is, remember, an ordered pair consists of an x and a y. But we know to find sine, cosine, and tangent, we're going to need x, y, and r. So how are we going to find r? Well, we can use that equation that x squared plus y squared equals r squared. Plug it in and solve for r. So we already know that x is, I'm going to write it over here, x is 7, y is negative 4, and we've got to go find that r value. So let's do that. So we know, let's plug in x, let's plug in y, it's equal to r squared. So we know that 49 plus 16 equals r squared. So r squared is 65. Take the square root. So we know that r is equal to plus or minus. You can try to break down 65, but it's just 5 times 13, which are both prime. So you can't break it down anymore, so it's just square root of 65. And now r is a measurement of the radius. Radius is a distance, so r is always, always, always going to be positive. So the r value that we're looking for is a positive square root of 65. All right. Now that we know our x, our y, and our r, we can go find our 3 trig functions that it asks for. So this one, it asks for cosine of our angle. Remember, cosine is x over r. X is 7 over r, so square root of 65. Can't have that radical on bottom, so you multiply top and bottom both by it. And you come out with 7 square roots of 65 over 65. Now always make sure you check, does that 7 and 65 there reduce? No, it doesn't in this case, so this is my cosine of theta. Then let's go through and let's find sine of theta. So remember, sine of theta is y over r. Y is negative 4. R is the square root of 65. Again, you can't have that radical on bottom, so multiply top and bottom both by it. And you come out with negative 4, square roots of 65 over 65. Check your numbers outside the radical, make sure they don't reduce. In this case, they do not. So there is our sine of theta. And then finally, last but not least, it tells us to find tangent of theta. Remember, tangent is y over x. In this case, y is negative 4, x is 7. Can't do anything else with it. So there's our tangent of theta.